So let me begin with our set 2 on Hindu Marriage Act 1955. Hope you guys have seen set number 1, and we will be dealing with MCQs, and through MCQs we will learn the concepts of Hindu law. Now let's begin with the first MCQ. Judicial separation is like what happened during the judicial separation. A. Parties continue to be husband and wife, but marital rights and obligations are suspended. B. Parties continue to be husband and wife, and the marital rights and obligations remain intact. C. Parties continue to be husband and wife and may suspend or may not suspend the marital rights and obligations. D. Parties cease to be husband and wife. So we will look at these questions. Like first we can very well cross the D option, because this happens in the case of divorce. So D option is not. Then there's then the thing is husband and wife तो वो होते ही हैं, तो इन तीनों ऑप्शन में ये है, जो इन तीनों ऑप्शंस का फर्स्ट पार्ट है, इट इज़ दिस ओनली. सो अब हम देखते हैं इनके सेकंड पार्ट को. बट मैरिटल राइट्स एंड ऑब्लिगेशंस आर सस्पेंडेड, ये सही लग रहा है, तो वी कैन कीप दिस. देन मैरिटल राइट्स एंड ऑब्लिगेशंस रिमेन इंटैक्ट. इफ़ वो बिल्कुल इंटैक्ट हैं तो वो बिल्कुल मैरिज की तरह है, फिर जुडिशियल सेपरेशन का कोई सीन ही नहीं है, तो ये ऑप्शन भी हमारा कट हो गया. देन मे सस्पेंड और मे नॉट सस्पेंड, तो इसमें कोई डिस्क्रिशन नहीं होती ऐसे कोर्ट की, तो ये भी क्रॉस हो गया. सो योर करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए. नाउ लेट्स get to the explanation. We can refer section 10 also for this, which provides section this is a section which provides for judicial separation, and here it is mentioned that the respondent no longer is obligatory for the petitioner to cohabit. तो कहीं ना कहीं आपके मैरिजल ऑब्लिगेशंस जो हैं वो नहीं होती हैं इसमें. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट. A petition for divorce lies when either wife or husband has not been heard of as being alive for A 1 year, B 5 year, C 6 year, D 7 year. So the correct answer is 7 year. If you look at section 13, which provides for the grounds of divorce, then you will find this. Now moving to next question. After passing of a decree for judicial separation, cohabitation is obligatory, not obligatory, directory, either A or B. So the correct answer is B, not obligatory. Previous also I have mentioned this section and I have marked this statement, so you can read that again. Now next question. A decree of judicial separation, A, can be rescinded by the parties by their own. B, can be rescinded by the court on the application of either party. C, can be rescinded by the court on the application of the decree holder. D, either A, B or C. The correct answer is B. You can refer section 10 for this. Next question. A decree of judicial separation is A, judgment in rem, B, judgment in person, C either A or B, D only B, not A. So the correct answer is judgment in rem. A decree of judicial separation is a judgment in rem. Thus, if parties want to resume cohabitation, it is necessary for them to go under the order of the court. So that's why this is a judgment in rem. Read the difference between judgment in rem and judgment in personam, because it can be important for your jurisprudence. Now next question. A decree of judicial separation, A, dissolves the marriage, B, does not dissolve the marriage but the marriage subsists, C, either A and B, either A or B, D, only A, not B. So the correct answer is B, बिकॉज जुडिशल सेपरेशन से आपकी मैरिज डिसॉल्व नहीं होती, वो आपका डाइवोर्स से डिसॉल्व होती है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Hindu Marriage Act 1955 under Section 10 provides for A. Separation by agreement, B. Judicial separation, C. Both separation by agreement and judicial separation, D. Either A or B. The correct answer is option B, judicial separation. As we have seen in previous questions also, that Section 10 deals with the judicial separation and Section 13 deals with the grounds of divorce. Next slide. Which of the following amounts to reasonable excuse? A. Husband's insistence that the wife must live with his parents. B. Persistent nagging of wife by husband parents. C. Domineering and dictatorial conduct. D. All of the above. So the correct answer is option D, because all these acts are somehow affecting the mental health of the wife. So these all can be a reasonable excuse for a woman to not live with their husband. Now next question. Onus to prove a reasonable excuse for withdrawal from society is on the A. petitioner, B. respondent, C. both A and B, D. either A or B. The correct answer is B. respondent. The burden of proof lies on the person. Sorry for this technical error. So coming to the explanation, the burden of proof lies on the person who has withdrawn from the society. So the correct answer is respondent. Which of the following is a defense to the petition of restitution of conjugal rights by the husband? A. Pre-marriage agreement to live separately. B. Post-marriage agreement to live separately in future. C. Pre-marriage agreement to live in the house of the wife's father. D. None of the above. The correct answer is none of the above, since in Hindu law, marriage is not a contract. It is a sacrament. So there can be no pre-marriage or post-marriage agreements that will affect the conjugal rights of either of the parties. So now next question. A pre-marriage agreement to live separately is A. void, B. voidable, C. valid, D. invalid. The correct answer is void, and the reasoning I have given to you in previous question only. So now next question. For the restitution of conjugal rights, a spouse must have withdrawn from the society of the other with reasonable excuse within the meaning of Section 9 of Hindu Marriage Act. So this statement is true or false. You have to tell this. Section 9 deals with restitution of conjugal rights. Now if we see this statement, then this statement is false, because for restitution of conjugal rights, a spouse must have withdrawn from the society of other without any reasonable cause. Now next question. Restitution of conjugal rights can be claimed A. when there is withdrawal from the society of other with an excuse, B. when there is a withdrawal from the society of other without any reasonable excuse, C. when there is a withdrawal from the society of other without any absolute cause, D. both B and C. So the correct answer is B, because Section 9 itself explains that there must not be any reasonable cause. Now next question. Remedy of restitution of conjugal right is available to A. wife, B. husband, C. both wife and husband, D. only husband and not wife. So the correct answer is wife and husband both, because in Section 9 there is nothing mentioned particularly related to husband or wife. Now next question. You can see the Bare Act also if you want. It is written when either the husband or wife has. This shows it is applicable on both. Now next question. A decree for restitution of conjugal rights enable the aggrieved spouse for A. maintenance under Section 25 of HMA, B. maintenance pendent under Section 24 of Hindu Marriage Act, C. both A and B, D, either A or B. So the correct answer is the person can claim maintenance under section 24 and 25 of this act. Now next question. So section 16 of Hindu Marriage Act 1955 deals with the legitimacy of children of A, voidable marriage, B, void marriage, C, void and voidable marriage, D, valid marriage. The correct answer is void and voidable marriage. Section 16 you can refer for this. Legitimacy of children of void and voidable marriages. The marginal note of the section only in itself explains that this section deals with the providing legitimacy to the children, whether they are born out of void marriages or voidable marriages. Now coming to next question, which one of the following is the correct statement? Divorce by mutual consent has been provided under the Hindu Marriage Act from its inception. B, divorce by mutual consent was introduced by Hindu Marriage Amendment Act 1976. C, divorce by mutual consent has been provided under section 13A of the Hindu Marriage Act. D, a petition for divorce by mutual consent must be presented within 1 year of the marriage. The correct answer is option B, that it was introduced by the Amendment Act 1976. So this is a factual question and you have to remember this. It is a very important question. Now that's all for the today, and we will be out with our next video, set 3, very soon. So stay tuned and hope you like